Om Shanti. Good morning.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today's Murli for 2nd December 24. The essence is, sweet children, each of you has to look after your own lamb for yourself. That is your own self. The awakening of the soul, which is a lamb. You definitely need the oil of knowledge and yoga in order to stay safely alight in any storm. You definitely need the oil of knowledge and yoga in order to stay safely alight in any storm, so that no storms can extinguish this ignited lamp. This lamp, the soul, which is ignited with this knowledge, with the power of yoga. The question is, which effort enables you to receive an incognito inheritance from the incognito father? Which effort enables you to receive an incognito inheritance from the incognito father? Answer: being introverted. By remaining in silence and remembering the Father, you will receive an incognito inheritance. It is very good if you shed your body in remembrance. There is no difficulty in this. Together with having remembrance, you have to serve with this knowledge and yoga. If you cannot do this, then do karma yoga. You receive blessings if you make many people happy. Your words and behavior have to be completely pure. So, what is Baba saying? That being introverted. Now, in the world, people think, introverted is someone who speaks very less, someone who is shy, someone who doesn't open up. But in spirituality, introverted means someone who likes to remain in silence here. Someone who is not extroverted in terms of looking at other people's business, interfering too much with others, even through here. When my mind and intellect are only connected or making effort towards my self progress, that's being introverted. When in my mind and intellect, I'm only creating thoughts of how do I bring benefit to many, that's called being introverted. When my mind and intellect are churning this knowledge, that's called being introverted. There's another question. Which effort enables you to receive an incognito inheritance from the incognito father? Well, it's the same, being introverted. The song is, this is a battle between the strong and the weak. Om Shanti. Baba has explained that whenever you listen to such songs, each of you should churn the ocean of knowledge for yourself. You children know that when someone dies, a lamp is kept alight for 12 days for that soul. You are making preparations to die, and you are also making effort to keep your own lamps alight. So we are preparing because the soul can leave the body anytime. And because, in this world now, there's all of this sudden leaving the body. So I make effort to keep my lamp ignited. It is those who are to become threaded in the rosary who make this effort. The subjects do not become part of this rosary. You have to make effort to go ahead in the rosary of victory. You have to take care that Maya the cat doesn't make you perform any sinful acts which would extinguish your lamp. So, Maya the cat, Baba is saying Maya is the cat today. So, be very cautious that Maya the cat doesn't make us perform any sinful actions so that she gets an opportunity to extinguish the light, the lamp. You need both the power of knowledge and yoga for this. Together with having yoga, you must also have this knowledge. Each of you has to look after your own lamp. Each one has to be careful, has to be concerned about my own lamp. So today Baba is metaphorically connecting the soul with being a lamp. You must make effort until the end. Whilst you are racing, you have to take great care that your lamp doesn't flicker and go out. This is why you have to add the oil of this knowledge and yoga every day. If you have no energy of the power of yoga, you won't be able to run and would therefore be left behind. So, knowledge and yoga. Knowledge and yoga become like the oil for this lamp of the soul to be ignited. And this gives energy to the soul. It's like when we eat the food, depending on the quality of the food, the body gets the energy, right? So when the food is chewed well, when the food is digested well, it reaches the blood and then reaches the different organs, and there are these energy molecules that are created in the body. So, in the same way, if this knowledge is chewed well, that means it is churned well. If this knowledge is imbibed well, when it goes into the, right, just as the food goes into the blood. So, if this knowledge goes inside the soul with the power of yoga, because it's needed, yoga power is needed for proper imbibing of this knowledge, then this converts into energy or power. So even if I'm like racing too fast or I'm moving too fast on this path, I will have good stamina. I will have good stamina to keep continuing. If it's not converted into energy, then I won't have the stamina. So little storms, little situations will flicker my lamp, will make me tired, will make me exhausted. I will say, oh, I don't have the strength to move ahead. That's because I have not imbibed it. This knowledge has not been converted into power for the soul. So to convert into power, what is needed is power of yoga as well. So Baba says, there are different subjects in schools, and if someone is not good at a particular subject, he puts in a lot more effort in math or in any other subject. The same applies here. The subject of physical service is also very good. You receive blessings from many through this. Some children serve with this knowledge. Day by day, service will continue to increase. One owner can have 6 to 8 shops, but not all shops can run in the same way. Some have fewer customers and others have more. So, in the same way, Baba is saying, like one instrument can have so many centers, or we can do different types of seva. Not necessarily just one type of seva, but we could do many different types of service. The day will come when you too won't have time to sleep at night. Everyone will come to know that Baba, the ocean of knowledge, has come to fill their aprons with the imperishable jewels of knowledge. At that time, so many children will come. Don't even ask. When there is a shop that sells very good things at a cheap price, people tell one another, hey, there's a good deal over there. Why don't you try? I've used their product. It's so good. Huh? The quality is very good. So people usually spread the word. So in the same way, here when people come, they are benefited. Baba says they will go and spread the word. So you children know that these teachings of Raj Yoga are very easy to understand. When everyone comes to know that they can receive the jewels of knowledge here, they will continue to come. You have to continue to do service with this knowledge and yoga. So today Baba is emphasizing on the importance of knowledge and yoga. So we get energy through knowledge and yoga. We continue to do service with knowledge and yoga. Because what happens if in the field of service, if I don't have the power of yoga, what happens is I will get impatient. I will get irritated because now I don't have the power. So if I'm only sharing or doing seva on the basis of knowledge, I hear from here, I listen the knowledge from here, I take points and I create my own points and I share knowledge and I don't have the power of yoga, what will happen is first, the arrow will not strike, right? Others will not feel. Second, I might I might get irritated if someone is asking the same question. There'll be impatience in me. My voice, my tone, all of that would be different, right? So Baba says, for service, knowledge and yoga. If you can't serve with this knowledge or yoga, you can earn marks by doing physical service. You will receive blessings from many. Like the subject of service, we can serve through body, mind, and wealth, right? Serve through our words, serve through our character, serve through behavior, serve through drishti, right? There's so many ways we can do service. So Baba says, it's okay if you can't serve through words, but then you do physical service, right? Do serve through your mind. So you have to give happiness. You will receive blessings from many. You have to give happiness to others. This is a very inexpensive mine. This is a mine of imperishable diamonds and jewels. They make a rosary of 8 jewels. They make a rosary of 8 jewels and worship it. But they don't know whom that rosary represents. They create the rosary of 8 jewels, but they don't know who the rosary represents. You children understand how you become worthy of worship and how you become worshippers. This knowledge that no one else in the world knows is very wonderful. You children, you lucky stars, now have the faith that you were the masters of heaven and that you have now become the masters of hell. So now Baba is calling us lucky stars. So another self-respect. I'm a lucky star. I'm a lucky star who's becoming master of heaven. When you become the masters of heaven, you will take rebirth there. You are now once again becoming the masters of heaven. Only you Brahmins know about this confluence age. The rest of the world is in the Iron Age. All the ages are different. When you are in Golden Age, you will take rebirth in Golden Age. So when the time is of Golden Age, the soul will take rebirth in Golden Age. When the time shifts to Silver Age, then we take rebirth in Silver Age. So right now, it's Iron Age. So people are taking rebirth in this Iron Age, which Baba calls as hell. You are now at the confluence age. If any of you leave your bodies, you would take rebirth here according to your sanskars. You Brahmins belong to confluence age. Those Shudras belong to Iron Age. So even though in the world the time now is Iron Age, but we have stepped into confluence age because we have become Brahmins. We listen to this knowledge. We are making effort on the self. So from Iron Age, we have come into confluence age. But the people of the world, Baba calls them as Shudras, meaning very low level intellect. Shudras are, people who do all the dirty things, like the janitors and, you know, the sweepers and all of that. So Baba says that people of the world are like performing such low, dirty actions. Their intellect is like Shudras, very low level. So Baba is saying they are still in Iron Age, but we have moved into Confluence Age. You receive this knowledge at this Confluence Age. You Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are the Ganges of knowledge who are now at confluence in a practical way. You have to run a race and look after a shop. You cannot look after a shop if you haven't imbibed this knowledge and yoga. Baba will give you the return of the service you do. When a sacrificial fire is created, many types of Brahmins go there. Some are given large donations and others are given less. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has now created the sacrificial fire of this knowledge of Rudra. We are Brahmins, and it is our business to transform human beings into deities. So, Baba has created the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Rudra is another name for Shiv Baba. And Baba says that in this sacrificial fire, we definitely need Brahmins. So, we are Brahmins, and it is our business to transform human beings into deities. At no other sacrificial fire would it be said that they are becoming deities from human beings. This is called the sacrificial, this is called the sacrificial fire of this knowledge of Rudra, and it is called a place of study, which is a patshala. That means a school. So this is a sacrificial fire. It's also a school. So in this sacrificial fire, what is being offered is body consciousness, the vices. And in this school, what we study is the godly study of becoming deities, how to become a deity. So every child can attain a deity status by studying this knowledge and yoga. Baba has advised you that you have come here from the supreme abode with Baba. You also say that you are residents of the supreme abode. At this time, you are establishing heaven by following Baba's directions. Those who establish that world will definitely become the masters of it. So those who establish the new world, golden aged world, will definitely become masters of it. You understand that we are the most lucky stars in the world, the ones who are the sun of knowledge, the moon of knowledge, and the stars of knowledge. The ocean of knowledge enables us to become this. That physical sun, moon, and stars are physical and we are compared with them. We will then become the sun of knowledge, the moon of knowledge, and the stars of knowledge. It is the ocean of knowledge who is making us into those. These names would definitely be given to us. We are the children of the Son of Knowledge, who is called the ocean of knowledge. So Shiv Baba is the Son of Knowledge, and Brahma Baba becomes the moon of knowledge. And then all of us are the lucky stars of knowledge. So he doesn't reside here. The Son of Knowledge doesn't reside here. Baba says, I come and make you equal to myself. It is here that you have to become the sun of knowledge and the stars of knowledge. You understand that you will definitely become the masters of heaven here again in the future. Everything depends on effort. We are the warriors who gain victory over Maya. So we are the warriors who gain victory over Maya. Those people endure a lot of hardship, etc., in order to control their minds. You don't have to do hatha yoga, etc. Hmm? Those people do so much hatha yoga to endure, to, you know, change their minds, to control their minds. But here Baba says we don't need to do any kind of hatha yoga. Baba says you don't have to experience any hardship, etc. I simply say you have to come to me and you therefore just have to remember me. I have come to take you children back home. No human being would say this. Even if some of them do have themselves call Ishwar or God, they wouldn't call themselves the guide. Some people keep titles or they call themselves as incarnation of God. But Baba says that they cannot guide anyone. They don't know the direction back home. They can't guide anybody to liberation or liberation in life. So Baba says, I am the main guide. I am the death of all deaths. There's a story about Satyavan and Savitri. Because she had love for a physical being, she experienced sorrow. So the story of Satyavan and Savitri is that Savitri is the wife, Satyavan is the husband. So Satyavan dies, a sudden death, but Savitri, being the wife, is so attached to him. She keeps his, she keeps his head on her lap and she keeps praying, calling out to God to give her husband back to her. She cries and prays and she cries and prays. And then God is pleased with her devotion. So God comes and gives her a vision and says that I'm pleased with your devotion. I give your husband back to you. So the husband comes back. So that's what Baba is saying, that because of her attachment, she takes that sorrow. She's crying and taking the sorrow because she had love for a physical being. You souls become happy knowing that I will take you souls back home and that you will never become unhappy. You understand that Baba has come in order to take you back to your sweet home. That home is called the place of liberation, the place beyond sound. It is said that I am the death of all deaths. That death only takes one soul, whereas I am the great death. When Baba takes everybody back home, he takes everyone. It's called the great death, Mahakal. huh? It was 5,000 years ago too when I became the guide and took everyone back home. This bridegroom takes all of you brides back home, and so you have to remember him. So Baba, Shiv Baba being the bridegroom, takes all of us souls, that is the brides, back home. So many titles of Baba today. The ocean of knowledge, the great death, the bridegroom, the guide, the supreme guide. So you understand that you are now studying and that you will come here again. First, you have to go back to your sweet home and then you come down here again. But when we come down, the time has changed. So it's become golden age. So you will come down in golden age. So you children are the stars of heaven. So again, another self-respect. I am the star of heaven. Previously, you were the stars of hell. You children are called stars, you are called lucky stars. Number wise, according to the efforts you make. You receive your grandfather's property. So another relationship with Baba today, grandfather. So you receive the grandfather's property. This is a very powerful mine. However, this mine only emerges once. This mine, where you can access all the treasures, only emerges once at this time of confluence age. So Baba says there are many other types of mines that continue to emerge. If you were to search for them, you would find many. You only find this mine of these imperishable jewels of knowledge only once at this time of confluence age. Huh? So Baba's calling the centers or the centers as these mines where one goes to study this knowledge. So, like this, Baba says, there are so many other spiritual places where people can go, but this is the only mine from where we can get imperishable jewels of knowledge. So, there are many books, but they wouldn't be called jewels. Baba is called the ocean of knowledge. This is the incorporeal mine of these imperishable jewels of knowledge. Our aprons are being filled with these jewels. You children should experience happiness. You should all have spiritual pride in this. A shop that does a lot of business becomes well known. You have to create subjects as well as heirs. So now Baba is saying that in a center, you have to create subjects, that is, people who are in connection, they come, listen to this knowledge, they are in good connection. And we also need to create heirs. That means those who belong completely to Shiv Baba. So you have to fill your aprons here with these jewels and then go and donate them to others. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the ocean of knowledge, and He's filling your aprons with these jewels of knowledge. It is not the ocean that they have portrayed with deities being offered platefuls of jewels. So, they show this picture, na, that the ocean was churned and then Lakshmi emerged with all these platefuls of jewels, physical jewels, gold and all these precious jewels. So Baba saying it's not about these physical jewels, but these are imperishable jewels of knowledge. You cannot receive jewels from that ocean. It is a question of the jewels of this knowledge. So from ocean, that is God being the ocean of knowledge, we can't receive physical money, physical jewels. We receive jewels of knowledge. According to the drama, you will again take jewels from these mines. When you go on to the path of devotion again, there will be limitless diamonds and jewels with which you will build your temples, etc. When earthquakes, etc., take place, everything is buried. Many palaces, etc., will be built there, not just one. So, in Golden Age. Here too, the rulers have many competitions with one another. Therefore, you children understand that the buildings will be made exactly as they were a cycle ago. Buildings are built there very easily. So, in Golden Age, the palaces will be built very easily. Science will give a great deal of help, but the word science won't exist there in Golden Age. There's no word science. In Hindi, the word science is called Vigyan. And remember 2 days back, Baba said, what is Vigyan? Vigyan is going beyond Gyan. That is going to Paramdham, right? The world of silence. So nowadays, the name Vigyan Bhavan is used, like government buildings are called Vigyan Bhavan. The word Vigyan applies to knowledge. Gyan and Yog together are called Vigyan. Gyan and Yog combined are called Vigyan. We receive jewels through this knowledge and we become ever healthy through Yog. This is the knowledge of Gyan and Yog, with which many huge buildings will later be built in paradise. So, I was saying here, there's only one building called Vigyan Bhavan. But in Golden Age, all buildings are Vigyan Bhavan because they are all built with this knowledge and yoga, through power of knowledge and yoga. So we have now come to know the whole of this knowledge. You understand that you're making Bharat into heaven. You must no longer have any attachment to your bodies. You souls will have to shed your bodies and go to heaven, where you will take new bodies. When you are there, you will also understand when you are to shed your old bodies and take new ones. There is no shock or sorrow. There's no shock of someone leaving the body or no sorrow of someone leaving the body. It is good to take a new body. Baba is making us the same as he did in the previous cycle. We are becoming deities from human beings. There were definitely the same innumerable religions a cycle ago as there are now. These things are not written in that Gita. It is said through Brahma, there's the establishment of the original eternal deity religion. You can explain how the destruction of all the innumerable religions takes place. Establishment is now taking place. Baba came when the deity religion had completely disappeared. Baba says, I come when there is no trace of deity religion, of peace, of purity, when it's lost. Therefore, how could that have continued from time immemorial? These are very easy things. What was destroyed? All of the innumerable religions are destroyed. So, all these religions of the body are destroyed. And only the one religion of the soul, which is the religion of peace and purity, is remains. That remains. So, there are now innumerable religions. It is now the end. You should have all of this knowledge in your intellects. It is not that only Shiv Baba explains. Does this Baba not explain anything? Even Brahma Baba explains. Not just only Shiv Baba explains. He too has his part to play. The Srimad of Brahma too has been remembered. You wouldn't say that Sri Krishna gave Srimad. Sri Krishna doesn't have this knowledge to give Srimad. Everyone there is Shri. Everyone in Golden Age is Shri. That is elevated. And so they have no need for any directions. It is here that you receive Brahma's directions. There, the directions of all, the king, queen, subjects will all be elevated. But also, there, nobody needs any kind of guidance or directions or anything because everyone in Golden Age is elevated. Their intellects are elevated. So, surely someone must have given those to them previously that they all became so elevated. So, deities are the ones who had been given elevated instructions. It is through Srimad that heaven is created, and it is through the devil's directions that hell is created. Shiv gives you Srimad. These things are very easy to understand. All of these shops, that is, all of these centers, belong to Shiv Baba, and you are the children who run them. Those who run a shop well have their names glorified, just as in other businesses. However, only very few can do this business. All of you must do this business. Even little children can do the business of this knowledge and yoga. Just keep the land of peace and the land of happiness in your intellects. Those people say Ram, Ram. Here you have to remain silent and have remembrance. That means here Baba doesn't tell that we need to chant Shiv Baba, Shiv Baba, Shiv Baba, or I am a soul, I am a soul, I am a soul, or Om Shanti Om. We don't chant all this. Huh? So Baba says what we do is remember Baba through our intellect, using our mind and intellect. You don't need to say anything. The land of Vishnu and the land of Shiv are very easy things to understand. Remember your sweet home and your sweet kingdom. They give physical mantras, whereas this is a subtle mantra. People give physical mantra that keep chanting this mantra. And you will have money, you will have good life, you will have this, you'll have, huh? But
Like
yeah,
some people have their own gurus and they
yeah,
give them some
and-
people in bhakti.
right. And the gurus give them mantras, right? But here Baba says that here the mantra that we receive is not something that we need to chant, but here this is a subtle mantra. And what is the mantra? It's Man Manabhav. That means remember me. So we don't chant Man Manabhav, Man Manabhav. No, we are practicing Man Manabhav. So our mantra is to remember Shiv Baba. So consider myself being a soul and remember Shiv Baba. That's the mantra. So what we do is we are stabilizing ourselves in that mantra. We are not just chanting. So Baba says this remembrance is extremely subtle. By having this remembrance, we become the masters of heaven. You don't have to chant any mantras, but simply have remembrance. You don't have to make any noise in chanting or singing praise and all of that. No, Baba says you're not making any noise. We attain our incognito inheritance from the incognito father by becoming introverted and remaining silent. It is very good to shed one's body while staying in this remembrance. There's no difficulty in this at all. Let those who cannot stay in remembrance practice this. Tell everyone that Baba says, remember me, and your final thought will lead you to your destination. It is by having this remembrance that your sins are absolved, and that I then send you to heaven. It is very easy to connect your intellects in yoga with Shiv Baba. Here you have to take all precautions. If you want to become completely pure, Satopradhan, your behavior should be pure and your words and everything else should be pure. So if you want to become pure, Satopradhan, then your behavior has to be pure, your words, character, everything has to become pure. This means you have to talk to yourself. When you speak to your companions, you must do so with love. So the more love I use, I will become loveful. I will start using, I will become loveful, right? When I use more love in my words, in my actions. There's a song, Oh beloved, always speak invaluable words. You are Roop, Basant. Roop and Basant. That means a yogi showering jewels of knowledge. So Roop means becoming an embodiment of remembrance, embodiment of love, embodiment of peace. So Roop means becoming an embodiment, Swarup. And Basant means showering. So when I become an embodiment of love, what I will shower is love. When I become an embodiment of peace, what I will shower is peace. So you souls become Roop. The Father is the ocean of this knowledge. Therefore, he would surely come and speak that knowledge. He says, I only come once and adopt a body. This magic is no less. Baba is also Roop Basant. Baba definitely is Roop Basant, right? He's the ocean. He is the embodiment and he showers this knowledge. However, the incorporeal cannot speak, which is why he takes a body, but he does not enter into the cycle of birth and death. Now, because just point of light, how will a point of light speak? So he needs to take a body so that he can use these organs of the body to speak. So this is such an interesting thing, right? That God cannot speak to us, children, without a body. So he has to come, use the body of Brahma, and speak to us, give us this knowledge. But he doesn't come in the cycle of birth and death. He doesn't take rebirth. You souls take birth and rebirth. You children surrender yourselves to the Father. Therefore, Baba says, have no attachment to anything. Do not consider anything to be yours. Baba creates clever ways for you to finish attachment. You have to ask the Father at every step. Now, even this point where Baba says that surrender yourselves to the Father. Don't get attached. Don't think that anything is mine. Nothing is mine. This is another practice. Everything belongs to Baba. When I keep thinking this, what am I doing? I'm breaking my attachment. I'm breaking my attachment with everything I thought that is mine. It's not mine. It belongs to Baba. Therefore, Baba says, have no attachment to anything. Do not consider anything to be yours. You have to ask the Father at every step. Maya is such that she punches you. It is completely like boxing. Many get hurt, but then get up again. They even write, Baba, Maya slapped me and dirtied my face. It is as though they fall from the fourth floor. Think about it. If someone falls from fourth floor, they'll get so badly injured. So in the same way, Baba saying that you could have like very good effort. You are like on very high effort stage. And then Maya comes and slaps you. And then we completely perform some, sinful act. So it's like falling from the fourth floor. We get so badly injured. But Baba says, don't just lie there. Oh, Maya slapped me. No. Baba says, get up and start moving again. Huh? If you have anger, that is like falling from the third floor. These things have to be understood very well. Just look, some children are asking for tapes. They ask Baba to send them tapes so that they can hear the Murli accurately, the recording, so that they can listen to the Murli accurately. This facility too is being arranged. When many listen to them, many of them will have their intellects opened and many will benefit. When a person opens a college, he receives a lot of wisdom in his next birth. Baba says, buy a tape recorder, and many others will benefit from that. So, whatever seva we do, we will get the return of that. So, Baba says, if we become instrumental in opening a college, then you receive wisdom in your next birth. If you are instrumental in opening a hospital, then you receive good health in your next birth. And Baba calls all of Baba centers as hospital come university, right? Because here people come to study and also heal themselves. So it's a hospital come university. So if someone becomes instrumental in opening a center, then they receive health and wealth both. Acha, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Babdada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharna. In order to become Satopradhan, in order to become Satopradhan, you have to take a lot of precautions because Maya is watching at every step. So we have to take a lot of precautions because Satopradhan is pure, highest form of purity. Keep your food, drink, words, behavior, and everything else very pure. That is how we become Satopradhan. Become Roop Basant like the Father. Fill your apron with the imperishable jewels of this knowledge from the incorporeal mine, the mine of all treasures, and stay in limitless happiness as you continue to donate these jewels to others. Fill your aprons with these jewels of knowledge from the mine and stay in limitless happiness as you donate these jewels of knowledge to others. Today's blessing, may you become an embodiment of remembrance. May you become an embodiment of remembrance by being a destroyer of attachment. May you become an embodiment of remembrance, Smriti Swarup, by being a destroyer of attachment, Nashto Moha, and thereby finishing all name and trace of sorrow and peacelessness. And thereby finishing all name and trace of sorrow and peacelessness. So may you become an embodiment of remembrance and a destroyer of attachment, and thereby finish all name and trace of sorrow and peacelessness. Baba said in the Murli, right? Because of attachment to the bodies, we receive sorrow. So when we finish all the attachment and become an embodiment of remembrance, all of sorrow and peacelessness will disappear. Those who constantly stay in the awareness of the One can make their stage constant and stable. That is Ekvrat. So they make their stage constantly stable. That is Ek Ras. To have a constant and stable stage means to experience the sweetness, that is Ras, of all relationships and all attainments in the One. Those who make the Father belong to them in all relationships and remain embodiments of remembrance easily become destroyers of attachment. And that's why Baba says, have all relationships with me. All relationships. Friend, your boss, your teacher, guide, father, mother, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, whatever relationship. Experience that from me because Baba is the perfect relationship. So those who are destroyers of attachment cannot feel any waves of sorrow in earning money, in looking after their wealth, or in anyone becoming ill. A destroyer of attachment means to have no name or trace of sorrow or peacelessness and to be constantly carefree. So what is Baba saying? Baba saying that when we constantly have the awareness of remembrance of the One in the different relationships, then our stage becomes akras. That means constant. And when my stage becomes constant, I will not be influenced by anything that happens in my life. Whether I have loss in business or if someone dies, or someone leaves the body or anything that happens, I will not go up, down like that. My stage will continue to remain constant because now I'm merged with the ocean, and I'm experiencing all relationships with the one. So my mind and intellect are not getting pulled in all these worldly relationships, because I'm experiencing the juice, the sweetness of all relationships with one Baba. So that means that my dependency on these worldly physical relationships goes down. And when my dependency on all the physical relationships is destroyed, my attachment is destroyed, I automatically have no sorrow and peacelessness. So I'm constantly happy. Because think about it. We live with our family, friends, and we have all these connections and relationships in this world. And knowingly, unknowingly, we get attached, right? Especially people with whom we have strong karmic accounts, we definitely will have attachment with them. No? And attachment will give sorrow. Attachment is not love. Love will never give sorrow. Attachment will give sorrow. Now, when I have a strong karmic account with someone, um, it could be from from previous birth or many lifetimes. When I have strong karmic account, the person has come in my life in this birth, or we have come together in this birth to exchange that karmic energy, to settle the karmic account. But if I'm not able to understand this and settle my karmic account, if I keep creating more and more accounts, then definitely, my I'm getting more and more sorrow. So, as we settle our karmic accounts, at the same time, we are also creating. So, settling is happening, but creating is also happening at the same time. So, how I settle determines what I create. So, if I'm settling my karmic account with someone, but while settling, I'm taking sorrow, then what I'm creating is sanskars of sorrow. But if I'm settling my karmic account, whether it is with this body, whether it is with a particular soul, a relationship, anything. So when I settle the karmic account with knowledge, with yoga, with understanding, that, okay, this relationship is for this birth only. My eternal relationship is with God, is with Shiv Baba. So when I use knowledge and yoga to settle karma, then I'm liberating myself from the sorrow, from the burden, the leftovers of that karmic account. Yeah, do you understand? So Baba is saying it's really important to become destroyers of attachment, because Baba has told us that's going to be our last final exam paper. Destroyer of attachment, Nashto Moha. And that's also the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha. That means that when, the whole thing about why the knowledge of Gita was given to Arjun, it was because on the battlefield, Arjun looked at all his cousins and his grandfather and his teacher and everybody else, and there was attachment. And he tells Krishna that how can I kill them? They are my relatives. So his attachment emerges. So he forgets his duty. His duty is to, as a Kshatriya, he is told that his duty is to fight. But here Baba comes and says, what is our duty? Our duty is to become pure. We fight Maya, which is the vices, and our duty is to become pure. Remember Baba, become pure. That's our duty. No? So we are not physically fighting a war. And to perform my duty is that is to consider myself a soul, remember Baba, become pure. Maya uses attachment. So we'll have lot of attachment. Hmm? For example, I have my children, so I'll say, oh, my responsibility. No, I have to take care of them. Oh, no, I have to feed them. I can't make effort. I can't do this because I have this, my job. Oh, that's my priority. I don't have time. I have this job. I have to do this. Or something else. So we prioritize everything else over this study. So think about it, right? It's not that you don't care for your children, care for them. But when I perform certain actions based on my attachment, that's different. So I have my family, I have a job, I have everything, take care of everything. But remember the one. Remember that my relationship, my eternal relationship is with one. And what is my duty? What is my duty at this time? Right? So just as in the Murli Baba said, focus on your effort. Just look at your own lamp. When my lamp is ignited at all times, automatically I will be able to take care of others as well. The slogan is, a forgiving person is merciful and continues to give everyone blessings. Such an interesting slogan. A forgiving person is merciful and is the one who constantly gives everyone blessings. In the world, people say that, oh, yeah, I've forgiven, I've forgiven. But forgiveness is not just saying that, oh, I forgive you, but it's also if I'm able to give you blessings. If at all times, am I able to have only good wishes for you? That is true forgiveness. People also connect forgiveness to forgetting and they say, oh, I've forgotten everything. It's okay. I've forgiven you. So not necessarily. Not necessarily that if I have forgotten, I have forgiven. So I could be holding on to it. Again, I might not even know that I'm holding on to this emotion inside. And I might feel that, oh, because I've forgotten it. That means forgotten meaning that I'm not remembering it again and again. I've forgotten it. That means I've forgiven. No. When I truly forgive, that means that even if someone speaks about that person, or if the thought of that person comes, I'm able to give them good wishes at all times. My feelings are not shifting. My feelings are not shifting inside. That's true forgiveness. And I'll be able to forgive only when there is love. When I have, transformed that feeling of hurt, pain, suffering, sorrow into love. Only then will I forgive. Acha, Om Shanti. So, very, very interesting Murli today. Baba talked about so many of our self-respects. Metaphorically, right? Baba connected all of us souls to lucky stars, to lamps today. And Baba himself introduced himself with so many different titles and relationships today. So throughout the day, just keep reminding of who do I truly belong? Who is my only eternal relationship? It's with Baba. The relationship of the soul is with Baba. Physically, we have many different relationships, but the eternal relationship of the soul is with Shiv Baba. Okay. So let's take a moment and visualize yourself as a lamb. By the soul whose ignited lamp is ignited with the oil of knowledge and yoga. God has ignited my lamp by giving me the gift of the third eye of knowledge. Using this third eye, I'm able to discern, I'm able to decide accurately based on Srimad. I use the third eye to connect to the one, the ocean of knowledge. So visualize through your third eye. You are merged in the ocean of knowledge, the mine of knowledge, and all the treasures. I'm becoming full of the treasures of knowledge and virtues. I become Roop and Basant, the embodiment of the virtues, and I shower them to others. I shower the virtues through my words, through my actions, through my drishti, through my thoughts. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Okay, so become Roop and Basant. Remember our eternal relationship with the One. So today you can experience relationship of grandfather with Shiv Baba, that I'm receiving my inheritance. He's the bridegroom who's decorating me, taking me back home with him. So different relationships, right? Right. So anybody wants to share their points?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
We have to be an embodiment of virtues and an embodiment of remembrance, and we have to be a decorated yogi and stay away from Maya
Mhm.
and not do old worldly practices and all bhakti.
Yeah. Very good.
And we have to stay carefree.
Because God is with me, right? Very good. Anybody?
Yeah, we have to be proud that God Himself is with us.
Yes.
But we don't have to be like, oh, you don't have God with you, I have it. Not like that.
Yeah,
But
not
it's like just a self-respect for us.
that's right. Very good. Very good. All right. Anybody else?
I will Om Shanti. My points for today are don't you know like Baba owns the centers and stuff, but like us children have to rule the centers, like maintain them and stuff. If you maintain them like really good, Baba will like put us on glory.
Mm-hmm. So
And
how do we maintain?
so we stay away from Maya. We fight the Maya, as like in the Arjun story you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we don't fight in a war. We fight the Maya, not the war.
Yes.
And then our duties are just to be pure and remember Baba.
Very good. Our duty is to become pure.
And then silence is above is above, what do you call?
Becoming introverted.
Yeah,
So
I
being
think.
introverted. So the true definition of being introverted is to become silent.
Your silence. It's a combination of Gyan and
Yoga.
Gyan and Yoga.
Yes. It's a combination of Gyan and Yoga. Lovely. Very good. All right. So have a great day with Baba. Thanksgiving is
And
over. So back to school now. So back to work, back to school. So have a great day with Baba.
also, I found a great way to describe like what was it like before, what we were and what we are now. So
Okay.
like first it's like all darkness, and that's all the bad stuff in your life and all the bhakti and all.
Mhm.
Then when you get gyan, it's like lighting a candle
Mhm.
of joy, happiness, and going on a right path. So it's like a diya.
Mm.
First, you have to ignite it, then only it will light.
Yes. Yes. So remember, bhakti is not bad stuff, right? Bhakti is devotion is not bad. Devotion,
Yeah, but not. I'm not saying that it's bad. What I meant is like the practices, the fear.
right? So the fear in devotion or the blind faith in devotion, right, is something that brings us down. Yeah? And also, what has happened over time is that there's no love in devotion, right? No love for God in devotion. So what happens is in devotion, we are like it's like darkness. So we are stumbling in darkness, right? Sometimes we worship this deity, sometimes that deity, this temple, that temple. So we're like constantly stumbling, from here to there, do this ritual, do that, do that. So Baba says that knowledge saves us from all of this stumbling. Knowledge just teaches us to connect to one. So it's the light.
Also, I have a map test tomorrow and the day after.
Okay, lots of good wishes to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Remember Baba, you're